Well, it's Saturday, September 23rd. It's already like 86 degrees today, so it looks like it's going to be a hot one. Just finished cutting the grass, do a couple things around the house. I'm going to spend a little bit of time working on the van. As you know, I have this portion. Let me show you. As you know, I've already installed the fridge, and I have the base already cut out. I do have to notch out just a little bit more here, so I can use this as an attachment point. So I got to notch that out. And now I want to start to build the shelf that's going to go across the top that eventually is going to have a sink that goes right underneath the fridge. And this is going to give me a, kind of a long countertop space here for now. Looks like this is going to be a two-part build here. So I'm going to have the bottom section, and then above that I'm going to have another section that mounts on top for some storage. So, but, one step at a time, let's work on getting this bottom piece. So I do have some wood. And I've already kind of jockeyed down some measurements here that I think I'm going to need. So let me go ahead and do some remeasuring, because it's always good to measure 2 or 3 times and cut one. So I have some scrap plywood that I'm using to do this build, which is like I stated in one of my previous videos, which is some old tables tops from our rental company. That tables are just decommissioned. There's enough plywood there that's salvageable enough for me to be able to use. So no sense going out and spending cash on some plywood when I have some good salvageable stuff here. So let me get out the tape measure, recheck my measurements again for the second or third time, and then we're going to do some cutting and test fit and see where we're going. So stay tuned. Be back in a bit. Alright, got the table saw out, doing a little cutting. Got some pieces cut up. Got quite a little mess going on out here. But let's go do some test fit and see how they're gonna fit. I'm planning on holding most of it together with these little angle brackets here. So we'll see how that does. All right, we're planning on just using two per connection, but I don't know. Overbuild as usual. I don't think 3 is too many, so we're going with 3. So I guess you work. All right, so how this whole little section here is attached. So there's bolts here, and one there, and one back here. These are the brackets that bolted the seat in from the factory. So when I took the seats out, I used the bolts, and these aren't going to be the actual bolts I use, but they're kind of my mock-up bolts. So I drilled holes through this frame. The frame's bolted down to the seat brackets. And then I'm going to have part of this cabinet. I use those L brackets that are going to screw it down to the floor here, which isn't the best. You get into a crash, there's probably going to be stuff flying. But so this is bolted to the floor of the truck, the van. And then this cabinet is going to get sandwiched in here. This is a little spacer for here, and I'm going to bolt this part of the cabinet here to that attachment point of the floor. So I'm hoping that it'll withstand a little bit of an impact. And then back here was another bracket or a bolt that was factory mounted into the van. So when this cabinet comes up here, I'm going to put an L bracket here, replace that bolt that to the frame. So I've got 4 attachment points that were from the factory. I got one there, and 2 here. That's kind of what's holding this whole thing together. So, it's not the best. I mean, I'm sure that, I just don't want to drill holes in the floor and, add holes if I don't have to. So, if it doesn't seem like it's real secure, then, we'll figure out something else. But I'm hoping that this is going to do the trick. So, we'll see. We're mocking up. I just ran a couple self-tapper screws down into the metal frame. You can see it's down in the frame that's actually bolted to the floor of the van. So it's pretty sturdy. This is kind of where I'm stopping for today. So this is in the top. This was just something I threw on there right now to kind of shore up this side here. So this side's good. That side's good. The back's good. I got another one here that's gonna create another shelf back here, which is already cut. So when the top ties into here, into this piece, and this ties into the next one, you know, once everything is tied into each other, it's going to be a lot more stable. Right now there's a little bit of, it's got a little bit of wiggle in there, just because it's not all tied into each other yet. It's kind of free floating for now, but I just threw this on here just to kind of keep it from really getting out of whack. Yeah, so it's kind of where we're at right now. So let me throw my fridge back in there. And the sink, there's going to be a sink cut in the top, so this is just real temporary. Well, that's what we're looking at with the fridge in there. And this recess area is going to be for the sink and the water lines. And this fridge, you know, slides out there so you can get access to it. Boom. Locks back in there. Yep. There she is for now. All right, that wraps up part one of the fridge sink cabinet install. So I'll bring you back next time I start working on part two. Thanks a lot.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Give up on my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me?